452 votes. 452 votes. That's how close we were to getting rid of a rhino that voted for gun control and replacing him with Brandon Herrera. So let's go ahead and talk about it. What's up, Wolverines? Welcome back to the channel. My name is John Crump. I'm an investigative journalist that investigates stuff, and I got some investigations going on right now. 2 of them should be coming out shortly. Also, I am doing something pretty big. I can't really say what it is right now, but you guys will probably hear about it later. Okay, guys, this is John Crump News, where we discuss 2A every day, or almost every day, or every few days. Well, we discuss 2A. That's it. Okay, guys, so like, comment, and subscribe. It'll really help me out. I'm trying to grow the channel, and you can be the key to that. And while you're at it, head over to fattack.com and pick up one of my t-shirts or one of the other things that they're selling over there with my name on it. It really helps out the channel, and it helps me out as well, and them, because they're Black Diamonds Guns and Gear, and they're really good guys. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and talk about what happened in Texas last night. Last night, there was a runoff between Tony Gonzalez and Brandon Herrera. They both wanted to go to Congress. Tony Gonzalez is already there. He's the incumbent, and he is definitely an establishment candidate. Not only is he an establishment candidate, which means he's pretty much a rhino, but he also backs gun control. He is a Republican that backs gun control. Yes, you heard me right. He does back gun control. So Brandon was upset because Tony Gonzalez decided that he wanted to vote Democrat on guns and tried to infringe on my right, your right, and everyone's rights in this country to bear arms. So Brandon took up the noble task of trying to defeat him. Brandon was an outside candidate and definitely not part of the establishment. And when you're fighting against the establishment, you are always fighting an uphill battle, because they have endless buckets of money and they have endless buckets of influence. During the primary, Brandon got so close that it caused a runoff, and Tony Gonzalez and Brandon went face to face in a runoff election. A runoff election is where the top 2 candidates face each other in one-on-one combat, I guess you can say. And last night was the night, and Brandon lost by less than 1%, which was disappointing, but also it shows you how much support he has, and it is a warning shot across Tony's bow, saying, we know what you did, we know what you voted for, and if you do it again, that's it. So it is a defeat, but it also shows you the strength of the community, because we came together. It was a guerrilla marketing campaign to get Brandon elected, and he almost did that. Hours before the election was officially called, Gonzalez was doing a dance claiming victory. But it might not be over yet, because the election was so close that Brandon Herrera could actually ask for a recount. And during a recount, anything can happen. Chances of the election being overturned and going Brandon's way is slight, but it is still there. So I don't know if he's going to ask for a recount or just move on. But what this does show is that if he wants to get into politics, he has a bright future of getting into politics. And maybe if he does, he can actually use the federal government money to fund the AK-50, which would be really cool. But I digress. So we are sending a rhino back to Congress who has voted for gun control. Hopefully he won't make the same mistake twice, but who knows? This isn't the end of the war. This might be an end of a battle if Brandon decides not to ask for a recount, but it's not the end of the war. The war is winning our rights back on Second Amendment. issues, and we have been doing pretty well on that. We are getting more rights back than we are losing. Every time the Biden administration or one of these anti-gun people try to do something, we sue in court and we usually win. So we got to keep on winning. If you look back to the late 90s, we have more gun rights now than we did back then. During the late 90s, we had the Clinton assault weapons ban. Most of the country was may issue or no issue, and now everyone is shall issue, which is good. The number of gun owners have skyrocketed. The number of guns have skyrocketed. The number of people carrying every day have skyrocketed. There are less gun laws now than there was in the late 90s, which is a good thing. The technology has progressed. We have 3D printing now, which is helping people make their own firearms at home. We have all these different techniques to actually push back against the government. Plus, we have some really, really good decisions since the 1990s, including the Heller decision. Dick Heller is a friend of the channel. He's a really good guy. And the Cargill decision and the Fifth Circuit, which has been argued in front of the Supreme Court. I think we might win that one, so that would be good. Michael Cargill is also a friend of the channel. We have the Bruin decision as well, and we keep on winning. I think we're going to keep on winning, and I think assault weapons bans and everything like that is on their way out, so we got to keep on winning. Even though we lost this small little battle here, we still made a big impact. Brandon still made a big impact. We didn't really make an impact. Brandon did. He stood up and he fought for what he believed in. He did everything in his power to actually invoke change, which a lot of us just talk about change and not really do anything. So this is a call to action to all you guys out there. If you want to live by the example that Brandon did, go ahead and do something. Run for local council. Run for your county council. Run for a state office, a federal office. Get active. Become an advocate. Make phone calls, emails, anything. We need to increase our power as gun owners. And what this runoff election says is that we do have a lot of power because we almost unseated an incumbent. And if you know anything about politics, it is really hard to unseat an incumbent. So, Brandon, my hat's off to you. You ran a great campaign. You did a great job. Whatever you do in the future, I am here to support you, even though that Moms Demand Action did call you a gun extremist, which is kind of funny. But yeah, it's definitely interesting. So keep on keeping on out there. Remember, check out my merchandise at facttac.com. I'll put a link down below in the description. And with that, we are out of here. Stay ever vigilant, stay ever free, keep in the fight, stay tuned for big news. All right. See ya. Bye.